office got these new door locks for security within our office building. This is great if you're sharing office space with somebody, but another great thing for these, because you can use these inside or outside, is if you have an Airbnb and you don't want to have physical keys everywhere, you don't have to use a lockbox for them, and you can't also use a key. Now, these are a little strange because we ordered like 3 sets and they all come with the key lock sideways. So you can see here how it's sideways. The other good thing about them is that the keypad, once you touch it, it lights up. So even if you have a guest arriving in the dark, they'll be able to see your keypad. So you just touch it to activate and you enter in your code. And then you push the pound button. Now the manual that it comes with is great. However, it does not tell you to touch the pound key at the end. So, and the other thing you can do, which is kind of cool, I like this because I always mess up the numbers to begin with. So you could touch a couple of wrong numbers and then, so I just punched in 2 random numbers and then you can still enter in your proper code. So even if you mess up, so I'm doing the wrong numbers and then I'm doing my right numbers, it'll still work. So you can mess up, do your code, and it's still good to go. So there you go. You can also set up how long there's a delay between you enter your code and how long it stays unlocked for. This one's fairly short. I think it was set for 10 seconds. And that's fine. It's long enough to get in. It will let you know when the battery is low. It'll do like a beeping noise. It'll tell you basically when to replace the batteries. We've had these installed for about 9 months, I think, before we had to replace the batteries. And so far they've been fantastic. And let me just show you something on the inside. So once you're inside your office, this one has a switch on the back. So if you wanted to stay unlocked during the day, you just push the button and it will stay unlocked. So you can hear it locking and unlocking as I'm doing the button. So there, you want people to be able to come in, you just leave it unlocked. Now this is one I have on my office door, and I have this one set up so you can actually hear the tones of the buttons that you push. And these I found were really easy to set up. It comes with a really straightforward manual. It took me about, I would say 5 minutes to program in, and you can program up to 20 codes in here, which is amazing. So if you have an Airbnb, you can pre-program it for like 20 people, like the cleaner, yourself, your next 2 or 3 guests that are coming in. So the reason we got these is because it's a regular size lock. We didn't have to do a bunch of hardware replacements. We did have to make the hole a little bit bigger, but that's fine if you have like a chisel and a little file thing. That was probably the longest part, was just making the hole big enough. But I think if you have a regular size door, like these are office doors or smaller, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So this is the back side of my door. It does not have the switch. We did get a different one this time, just because I didn't really need that feature. But I know when my boss got his, he really likes it because then he can go in when he's on a call, he just keeps it locked. But otherwise, I think it's a fantastic door. I think it looks quite nice. We weren't sure how it was gonna look, but it looks fantastic, I think. So here's how it looks from the side. You can see where he did a little bit of digging. And I do believe he replaced the screws with something longer just for a little extra security. So all in all, if you're looking for a lock where you don't have to carry around a pocket full of keys, you just have 1 key, or no keys, you could put the spare key somewhere. We put ours on the front desk because we don't need it anymore. I found it much easier than some of the other ones that we've had to deal with in the past. So I really do recommend this lock if you have Airbnb, you want your kids to have codes to your doors and not keys that get lost. Yeah, seriously, I love this lock. I think it looks good. It's easy to use. You have peace of mind of not getting locked out or letting people into your building or your home. You just give out the codes for each person and then you can just change them when they're done. It's fantastic.